Welcome. This is our monthly virtual adoption awareness events. Today, we are joined with our friends from Hopeful Tales Animal Rescue. In just a few seconds, you're probably already seeing them on the screen, but I'm going to give them a chance to announce themselves, introduce themselves, and including the amazing four-legged friend that's in their lap. But just so everyone knows, this series was kicked off actually at the beginning of the year. So I think this is our fifth episode, maybe our fourth, because I think this is supposed to be the April one. But either way, we've been doing this every month just to kind of come in and casually meet some great organizations that are serving our community and have them talk about themselves and the amazing work that they're doing. So without further ado, Denise and Tracy are with me. Denise, why don't you go ahead and kick us off and introduce who's with you there?
Yeah, hi, Michael, and hi, everyone. Thank you so very much for inviting us this afternoon. It takes a village to do what we do. And just thank you for all of your support. So my name is Denise Labuda. I am a volunteer. I started with Hopeful Tales back midsummer 2015, partnered with Tracy. And I got to tell you, as a volunteer, I never felt so humble in my life picking up poop. It just makes me feel like I'm actually doing something for our dogs. And speaking about doing so much, Tracy.
Hi, I'm Tracy Stancic, and I began volunteering at the old building on Republic in July 2014. Loved it. A couple of years later, I was asked to be the volunteer adoption coordinator, so I still resume that title. It's a long and tedious job, but someone's got to do it, and we want to find the best homes for our babies. Speaking of babies, this is Stormfly. She was one of a litter of 6, and she is deaf. So she's going to require a special adopter. As you could see, she's extremely loving, but she will have to be taught some hand signals or some other method of getting her attention and teaching her. So we do require a fenced yard for her. She won't hear you if you're trying to call her and she gets out. So if anyone's interested, please reach out. She's a wonderful dog. She gets along good with other dogs. She had 5 siblings, so she plays a little rough, but that would come in time.
So tell me a little bit, tell everyone a little bit about Hopeful Tales and just about the organization roots and maybe what you guys do today, and give us a little bit of excitement news about your organization.
Yeah, so Hopeful Tales was established in 2013 to help the abused, the neglected, the abandoned from high kill shelters. And so Hopeful Tales started, like any nonprofit, on a non-existent budget by a small group of loving animal volunteers who were committed to a no-kill policy. And so after that, we soon became an important presence in the growing Will County area. And I have to say, our overall mission is really to finding families for waiting dogs. As you can see from Stormfly, she's amazing. And I can't tell you how many amazing dogs we have. I'm going to start to cry. But I have to say that we do this by following 6 steps, and we're very dedicated to what we do. We network, we adopt, we volunteer, we foster, we educate. Animal health, we ensure that our dogs have the very best care possible.
So yes, since 2019, well, we've been incorporated, like she said, since 2013, but in 2019, we did over 400 adoptions. 2020, with COVID, just through March, we did 525 adoptions. So
no
you
kidding.
Can see the huge increase.
Amazing,
in adoptions. Yes. I know you had asked about what kind of criteria is needed and so forth. So not having a fence is not a deal breaker with some dogs, but it is with others. It depends on the dog, and we want the right fit for the family. Some dogs maybe wouldn't be good with kids or wouldn't be good with other dogs. So we are very transparent on those sort of things as long as it's to our knowledge, we try to evaluate them as best we can. So it's a 3-page adoption application. We ask for your vet if you have other pets. We do a vet reference check. We ask for references. One should be personal, 1 or 2. we send them a text and just ask for a couple lines on how they know you and if they feel you'd be good adopters. So
Sure. So as an organization, I mean, at any given time or today, how many pups up for adoption? Do you do any other types of animals, cats or rabbits? And
we do not have cats or rats. We just have dogs and puppies.
got it.
We do like to take on some medical cases when we're able. As you know, that's costly, and we are, volunteer based for the most part. Of course, we need some staff to be reliable and clean kennels and take care of the administrative things. But yes, it's just dogs and puppies.
And what's the best way to learn about what's up for adoption? Is your website or your Facebook? I mean, I've watched your social media pages, and whoever does them does a great job because they are constantly updated. But what's the best way for folks to learn about who's up for adoption and how to meet the pups?
So the first step is a quick posting would be on Facebook, because just about anybody can post on there. The secondary method is to Google Hopeful Tales Pet Finder. That brings up our specific pets, dogs and puppies that are available. Click on the particular dog, and then it'll give you all the info about that dog or puppy. So that's the best way. And then emailing, which is also included on our website, emailing to see more and set up an appointment and ask for an application. So we do require the application to be complete before setting up the appointment, just because with COVID, it's just been a lot better. We don't have open events right now, and that's kind of a challenge too. We're hoping to get back to that soon. So
that was going to be my question for you. How has COVID impacted, and then what are sort of plans for this year if things continue to go well? Is that something that you think you guys will get back into?
We definitely are going to start slowly with the adoption events. Now that more people are getting vaccinated and feeling safer, and outdoors is a lot more relaxed, and you can keep your distance and have fresh air. So we do have a couple things up our sleeve for later in the summer. Don't have dates right now, but we will be posting them on our Facebook page.
So please stay tuned.
Yes.
Follow us on Facebook. Our handle is Hopeful Tales.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and like I said, very active. Well, I hope so too. I just actually this past week had a few meetings about our pet parade here in Bolingbrook that we're hoping to get back in for the late fall after it gets sort of not so hot out there for the pavement and the pause. But we think we're going to be able to pull it off sort of later this year too. So I'll be sure to make sure I extend an invitation for you guys to feature some folks in the parade that are up for adoption as well. But I know that you have something special that you guys want to do. I think this is a good time to do it as we're sort of midway through. Go ahead, take it away. I know this was very exciting, and it has a personal connection to me too.
All right, let's do it. So,
Basket is behind us.
So let's talk about the basket.
Say bye to Stormfly. We're going to swap out. So this was donated by a very special and generous person named Elise. We have all the items that are in it on our page. They're all itemized. Beautiful, perfect Mother's Day gift or just anytime gift. So we are going to do the raffle now. We sold the tickets for $5 each. Each $5 donation gets a raffle ticket. We are going to do an online random name picker to find out the winner. So I can hold it, or you
Okay.
want to put it back? Let's put it
Yeah.
back.
But
I believe that fundraiser too online had tremendous success. I know
It was tremendous, yes.
raised some great money. It's a beautiful basket. And I was telling them before we went on live that Elise is a good friend and a colleague too. So I'm sure you love those volunteers and those supporters that are always in your corner. And Elise is definitely one of those for Hopeful Tales.
If you can't come in and volunteer, do donations or supplies or foster. There's so many ways to help, even if you can't physically be here.
absolutely. Follow us.
Yes.
Follow us on social media.
100%.
We love our community. We love our Facebook family and
Right.
Instagram too.
And
Well,
as a
perfect.
special bonus, I'm sorry, we are going to raffle off 10 Pong boxes, but we're going to do that after the presentation. You get a lot of, well, you can't see it, but maybe behind me. Can you
I'll
see
be
that?
Vanna.
Yeah, you can see all the inside, what's inside. It's beautiful Kong toys and some
behavior
Regular Kong,
toys,
yep.
yeah, or original Kong.
So we're gonna raffle those off after the presentation and then.
Very neat. Is it for the same folks who sort of donated to that same
Yes,
fundraiser?
yep. So there's
Very
10
neat.
second possible ways to win, so.
Awesome. Well, go ahead. You
We'll
guys work
post them
on
our
sharing
Facebook.
your screen, and I know you guys want to do a random name picker software, so
Yes.
I'll give you guys a chance. Go ahead and share that away. And
All right.
And this will be for the basket. We will post all the winners on our Facebook page.
All right, so let me go scroll back up. So we are working with random name picker because again, we are playing
Hi.
fair.
Come here, Rena.
So, all right, let's pick a random name.
drum roll, please.
Do, do. Can you come up here? All right, and
The
the
winner
winner
is.
is
Drum roll. Amy Mae Schroeder.
Woo!
I believe she adopted one of our pups, I believe, and her son adopted Mari, one of our beloved moms. So
Well-
hopefully you are watching this, but we will post all the winners afterwards.
Thank
Well,
you.
congratulations, Amy Mae Schroeder. That's amazing. I'm glad you guys found a good home for that basket. It was a beautifully done basket, and like I said, it raised some amazing money for you guys too, which is always neat. So, sort of along those same lines, what can folks do? Like you said, I mean, obviously follow, share, like, comment, everything that every organization needs on social media. But what are some other ways? Do you need foster parents? Are you looking for folks to come help at at the facility or with homes that have pups? What are some ways that folks can get involved with Hopeful Tales?
So fostering is a wonderful opportunity for us to get a dog into a home and see how they do. This is Rena. I don't know if you could see her.
We can. Hi, Rena.
Yep, she's she's got the cookie out. She's too excited. So yes, that is one way fostering. We have a dedicated foster coordinator who does a wonderful volunteer job at pairing up dogs or puppies with their potential foster families. We've had many foster fails, us included.
Mhm.
It's
Me
you
too.
too.
Me
Yes.
too. Yep.
So it's hard. You fall in love with the one, you just know that you can't let them go.
Yes.
So that is a great opportunity for a family that maybe can't dedicate full-time permanent home, but can take a dog and kind of mold them and tell us how they do. Are they potty trained? Are they good on walks, good in the car? So all this info is not something we get from them being in a kennel. So that's a wonderful thing. Volunteering, we're just kicking off volunteers now. Very, very small. It's a pilot program where we're allowing 2 at a time only, just to get our place.
Just to get a feel again
Yeah.
for our volunteers.
So, like I said, donating, sharing pages, sharing dogs, speaking our word about the rescue and.
Following us. I
Yeah.
mean, we can't do this without your support. I mean, in our audience too. It takes a village.
That's pretty much every organization I've chatted with, getting the word out there and amplifying the messaging, because we're not talking about, $10,000 for billboards here. We're talking about just sort of grassroots ability to connect with community. And as you guys have done. So definitely always, I tell everyone, as you see a small business, a nonprofit organization, any organization that needs some help, the best way and the easiest way is to like and comment and share that thing. And that just helps tremendously. So that is an amazing, Rena. Wow. Powerful, Rena.
For adoption.
Yes, she's potty trained. She's not good with other dogs or cats, but she's a love bug. She
She
loves
is,
people.
yeah.
I believe she even had been with children at some point, lived in a house with children.
So what is the source of some, is there, as far as you guys as Hopeful Tales, where do you get a majority of those pups that are up for adoption? Do they come from various sources, or where are you guys
Yes,
getting most of your dogs?
Usually the southern states or places that don't have the revenue or don't have the opportunity to, or the funds, let's say as revenue, but we get from Kentucky, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri. A lot of times they can't keep pets long-term. So a lot of dogs are found in a box on the side of the road or by a river. It's very sad, and they're in bad shape, dehydrated, maybe fleas and ticks. So we try to pull however many dogs we have for the kennels that we have open. So that's how that works. And you had asked earlier how many dogs and puppies. That can vary anywhere from 50 to 80, because there may be a litter of 10 in one kennel. So, and they're little
Sure.
small pups. So that number varies all the time.
And how are your adoption fees sort of structured? Are they structured by how old the animal is?
Yes.
Or yes?
We do include a lot with our adoption fee. So for example, an adult dog is $300. Basically covers all your first year items other than heartworm prevention and flea and tick prevention. We do give that while they're in house, but it includes spay or neuter, rabies shot, distemper booster, bordetella, influenza vaccine, microchip, and fecal exam. So really all you need is your preventions.
They're fully
inclusive.
vetted.
Yeah, fully
Sure.
vetted. And then puppies are a little bit more because they may need up to 6 distemper boosters, depending on their age when we get them. So they are $400. We also have a $100 training fee across the board. What that is kind of like a security deposit. We just hold this until you go and get a training class done at a place of your choice. So you can go and pick PetSmart or wherever, shop around for prices. Once you show us your certificate, then we give you back that $100. It's kind of a way to make sure the dog stays in the home and they have a good start and a bond with the family.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure it helps with the ability to keep those pups versus folks who kind of throw their hands up in the air and give up right away.
Yes, yes.
And very
I have
neat.
to tell you, it's like Christmas here when we get a transport.
Yeah.
The van comes and our staff, our volunteers are waiting for them to come. And we even say, welcome to our family. It feels like Christmas. We're honored when they come to us.
Well, there's a lot of heart for sure, and that's sort of the whole premise on this whole series was just to show the heart behind all these organizations, and that there is options. I mean, look at how many you just said that there at one time you could have 50, maybe more,
Yes.
opportunities there for various types of families. And like you said, some of the animals are great with certain populations, others aren't. But it's important to sort of look around and support organizations. And I'm sure you have sister organizations that you work with and refer to. That there's so much availability out there that I hate to see folks sometimes when they don't know about the opportunities and they go elsewhere and they
Right.
get pups a way that are not my favorite way of getting pups.
Right. And I mean, I always advise people to ask what's included because other places may only give a rabies shot, and then they take the dog to the vet and now you're up at $400 anyway. So we all know how much the yearly shots cost. So the other thing is with fostering, we've had a lot of dogs that we claim here from what we see are not good with other dogs. But once they go in a home and they're letting their guard down and they're comfortable and confident, they will be fine with other dogs. So a lot of it's kennel presence. So it's hard to gauge when you're at a rescue with a lot of other barking dogs. So that's the other thing.
And we're looking for great fosters. So please reach out.
Exactly.
So talk about, because some of the folks that we've worked with actually did not have a need for foster. So what does that entail? What I want to be I mean, granted, I was one of those foster parents that
Yeah.
I got my dog on like a Wednesday and I said, sure, I'll foster him for as long as you need. And they wanted to do like the first showing on Saturday. And I said, no showings. I said, I'll keep him. But traditionally, what does that look like? You drop a dog off, do you get supplies? I mean, what does that sort of look like to be a foster
So we
parent?
have the family come in. If there's another pet in the home, they also bring that dog we don't bring cats in, but it would be a dog to meet that potential foster. They get a crate, the appropriate size crate. They get a bag of dog food to start. So basically it's like a foster child. You're going to foster that dog, take good care of it, make sure it's eating and, behaving and things like that. And it's so beneficial for us to learn more about the dog, because obviously when they're in a kennel, you can't say, do they jump on furniture? Well, they don't have furniture in the kennel. Do they try to run away? They don't have the opportunity, so all those things that we don't know about a dog becomes crystal clear when they're in a foster. So
That sounds like a really neat way. I was looking at your website. It looks like you guys do a lot of those dine fundraiser events kind of stuff. That's
Yes.
an easy way too. I think and throughout the county, I mean, you guys have various locations. So, go out there, support folks at restaurants when they're having those fundraiser events. One of the easiest ways to give back. You got to eat anyway, so why not go back and give a little bit back to the
Definitely.
organization?
Every little bit helps.
Does.
Sure. So what if you had to make sure folks remember one thing about Hopeful Tales? What is what's your guys' one big takeaway for folks, and then any other asks that you guys want to have before we sort of end with a nice little closing?
So I would say the takeaway is that we don't run away from our dogs. We have a couple lifetime memberships here. We're a no-kill shelter, and although there may be that very, very rare opportunity, but incidents where you have, you're just not doing the dog any good, or it's too sick or something. But all in all, we don't euthanize, and we have some lifetime members. So that is one thing. The volunteers and the staff are just, their heart is in the dogs. That's it. If they're not in it for the dogs, then they usually don't come back. So,
I would say to our viewers to keep an open mind. If you're considering a family member, consider a rescue. We network with all the great rescues, and they're all great. They really are. But please keep an open mind. We have so many. I can't tell you. I wish we can feature all of the dogs we currently have, but I just have to say our dogs are amazing. They are uber smart. They just want a chance. So please, give us a chance to show you our amazing dogs.
I couldn't agree more, and I encourage everyone that I run into, and it happens on Facebook pages all the time. People ask where they can secure a pup, and they're set on something, but until you go out there and you find, the future love of your life or your future family member, it is an amazing experience. And when you have organizations, and obviously, like you said, they are all amazing. Go out there, talk to those organizations, tell them what you're looking for. They'll help guide you too. I think the support that you give is tremendous as well. So I couldn't be more of a greater advocate for you all and every organization out there, which I think is why this has been great. So I would encourage Denise, Tracy, everyone who loves Hopeful Tales, also share this message. So go out there and share this video. It's a great way to sort of educate folks on the process if they're unsure about what the adoption process looks like, and then reach out. What's good contact? Is website best? Is there I think there's a contact us page, but what's best for you guys?
There is, but there's different departments, like fostering has one email, adoptions has another, volunteering has another. So ideally, they could message the page if they need more information. If they go on Hopeful Tales Pet Finder, it'll show how to attach to us and get an application and everything. One thing I did want to clarify about fosters, unless a puppy is special needs, needing medicated baths or medicine, we generally don't foster puppies because they go so fast. So the foster is responsible for coming in to do a meet and greet along with one of our staff. So if you have a puppy and you took it home, you may be turning around within hours or a day. We like to give 24-hour notice, but you may be coming right back in a day. By the time the puppy gets settled in, it might be adopted. So we generally like to do, adult dogs.
That makes it sounds like someone's trying to get your attention, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know who it is.
I think Rena wants to come back.
Yes.
She wants to be adopted. Well, go on there. So right now, everyone who's watching, if you're going to watch this later, please go on Hopeful Tales Facebook page. Go like some of their posts and share a few of them. Again, there's a multitude. You never know who's looking for a pup or who may want a pup once they see it. So please go out there, share those messaging about their dogs that are up for adoption, and then check out their website. Please, there's already a link in this video right here. We're going to do this every month still. I think it's been great. We sort of, obviously the process was doing this with COVID, all virtual. One day, I think we'll be able to go out there and do these live videos on site with organizations. But for now, we're all virtual. So the next one is May 29th at 2:00, and it's all about the paws. I believe that's the name of the organization. But great, folks. There's a link in this video if you want to add that one to your calendar. But for Tracy and Denise, I want to thank you both and Hopeful Tales for taking a few minutes and pulling your Mother's Day basket raffle. I appreciate you guys spending some time, and keep on spreading the word.
We want to thank you for even launching this program that you're doing, where you're interviewing different rescues. It's wonderful.
It's just an honor to be with you today, and it's an honor to serve our community too.
Well, it goes both ways for sure, and you're doing amazing work that this community, and obviously you work with a lot of communities, would not be what they are if it wasn't for folks like you all doing that hard work. So it's a lot of love, it's a lot of heart, which is why this is so personal and amazing to me. I wish I could do more. I got one kid, another kid on the way, but one day I'm going to be back to fostering. I know I'm going to get another one in here. Our Turbo he's 13 now. He's starting to get a little old, so he needs a young companion to help him keep him young. So that's going to be our goal. Well, you guys all have a great rest. Actually, when I end this little Facebook Live, it's going to cut us off too. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for being on. And like I said, share away. And if you ever have ideas or other organizations that need greater visibility, please have them reach out. We'd be happy to feature them as well and get the word out.
Thank you. Now, these are just local rescues, right?
Yeah, fairly local. I mean, I sort of say, Southern DuPage, Will County, that kind of area. Just folks that at least have a driving feasibility to be able to go and get the pups with the organizations that are sort of nearby the Will DuPage kind of area.
All right, wonderful.
That's perfect. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thanks,
You
Michael.
too. Bye.
Bye, goodbye.
Bye.